kissed her nose. Tell me you don't find this stimulating. I don't. Yeah, right. She might not be aware of it, but her body curled naturally around his when she relaxed. You're such a liar, Ashley Fitzgerald, but I'll forgive you this time. He dropped his arms to free her, but he couldn't stop himself from running a possessive hand down the small of her back as she got up. She shot him an accusatory look. You don't play fair, Ronald Noble. Not when it came to the opposite sex. Me? I'm not the one who halted things just when they were getting interesting. That, sweetheart, definitely falls under unfair. He leaned back against the lounge and watched her as she crossed the room to pick up the camera. He liked the way her old clothes hinted at the lush feminine curves underneath, but nothing compared to her kisses, her responses. They were stimulating, raw, and honest. She shot him a glance, caught him ogling her and wrinkled her nose. He winked at her. She lifted the camera, aimed the viewfinder at him, and clicked. A firefighter with an MBA. Very interesting. She continued to snap pictures of him from different angles. Tell me more. Part-time firefighter, part-time, I'm not exactly sure what title I presently hold. Director or messenger boy. It all depends on the whims of my grandmother and uncle. You could say we reached a compromise. I put on a suit and sit through boring meetings and lunches, and I get to pit my skills against nature during fire season. She kept moving, the camera in her hands constantly clicking. I read somewhere that she single-handedly started the company, securing contracts with major casinos and hotels in Vegas before branching to LA. Crafty, demanding, and invincible, that was his grandmother. Rumor had it that she had used questionable means to acquire the Vegas contracts. Probably true. His family had way too many dark secrets. She's a formidable woman. That explains it. He cocked an eyebrow. Explains what? How you've managed to waltz past Jeffrey downstairs. Last week and today. He didn't bother to check with me before letting you come upstairs. She lowered the camera and walked toward him. He chuckled. The man knows who signs his paycheck every month. I won't have you bully him just because you're his boss, she admonished, and knelt beside the lounge. Don't let his wife Marina hear you. She claims that title, or used to. I believe baby Justin has replaced her now. Cute little boy. An expression of regret crossed her face as she contemplated him. You're full of surprises. Her voice was almost sad. He didn't know what to make of that. Good ones, I hope. She shrugged. Yeah, I need to take more pictures of different poses. Shift slightly to the right, please. Yes, that's good. Left arm behind your head. Bend your right knee slightly. She touched it, and his muscle contracted. Much better. Left leg extended, slightly parted. He let out a ragged breath, and she grinned. The little tease was deliberately driving him crazy. Right arm across your stomach? No, just above your belly button. How long are we going to do this? He growled. Ashley smiled. Just a few more minutes. Why? I think my 2 minutes are up. I was hoping we could leave your stats and the photo shoot for later, and pick up where we left off. She laughed. A firefighter, director, messenger, and a comedian. Wow, you're a real piece of work, Noble. He liked the way she found humor at the oddest moments. You're pretty special, too. Flattery will get you nowhere with me. Do you want some music? Nah, I rather like the view, he muttered, his gaze locked on her. She lifted the camera and aimed at him. I like the view, too. When he smiled, she ripped off a shot, then another. She kept instructing him and moving around, the shutters snapping nonstop. When she zoomed in for close-ups, she caught the hungry look in his eyes, his sensual mouth, his abs, his kissable belly button. Heavens, even his toes were perfect. Click, snap. Through the lenses, her inhibitions were gone. She was the bold lover seducing him with words and her eyes, making him do her will. Would he be that accommodating in bed? Let her take the lead? The things she'd do to him. The thought had her grinning like a cream-fed cat. Naughty, naughty, Ashley. She lowered her camera to say, Tell me more about you, Ron.